If you notice during my last videos, leading up to this UFC 312 we just finished last night, you will notice that I mentioned this Sean Strickland. He had an interview prior to this fight. It said, if DDP is a man, he should stand and bang with him. I made a case in this situation because I felt like as a fighter, you don't have to tell your opponent how to fight because this is MMA. And MMA, everything goes for anything. You could wrestle your opponent to get your belt back. You will do everything you want to do to make sure that you get your belt. And so Strickland told DDP, hey, I want you to fight like this. If you think you're a man, fight me like this. If you think you're strong, if you think like you're a bang, you're stronger and I want to test you, fight me like this. You saw Strickland. I've never been so disappointed in a fight than last night. Listen, if you watch even prior to this fight, I knew DDP was going to win. Remember I told you, I said, this happened between Pereira and Hiripoaska. That there is this Shama magic that he used to win fights. That means you've already lost the fight before fighting. We all knew the first fight between Sean Strickland and DDP was very close. I was waiting for them to even book the second fight because I was excited because I thought, oh, Sean Strickland would have learned from his mistake. But to be honest, Sean Strickland made this fight one of the most boring fights I've seen lately. I was even sleeping in the first 2 to 3 rounds until that punch from DDP got to his nose because I was struggling hard to watch this fight. Strickland was nowhere close. This fight wasn't even a competition. It was so boring that I was like, oh, why did we even book up this fight in the first place? But we all know that Sean Strickland, when it comes to microphone, he could sell everything. It's just like Kobe Covington. If you're a man, let's stand and bang. Let's stand and bang. To war, Dutchman. War, I'm going to give you war. Come on, fam. Come on, Sean Strickland. This is a UFC middleweight title belt. We all know that once that bell rings, what you have to do is to get your belt back as you said you're going to do. That he's holding your belt. The fight doesn't even seem competitive. First round, absolutely DDP. It was so boring, but I'll give it to DDP. Second round, DDP. Third round, we could make a case for Strickland, but it wasn't as clear because DDP 5th round was showing him absolute destruction, absolute dominance. 4th round, DDP, and there comes that punch in the nose that broke his nose. 5th round, DDP. For me, honestly, if I could score that fight, I would score that fight 5-0. Absolute dominance from Dricus du Plessis. Who, by the way, is improving on day in day. I felt this confidence after he fought Adesanya. There is this confidence because he even said it in his interview. He was so nervous for the fight because you are fighting one of the most dangerous human beings on planet, which is the last Airbender. With any mistake, he will put your lights out. I think after beating Adesanya, his level of confidence went so high that I even noticed it before the fight. You could see it in him. He was like, hey, I'm coming here to have fun. I'm going to destroy this guy. And this is the same thing Adesanya thought before fighting Strickland. That is why he made a mistake because he believed he's going. Strickland has an awkward way of fighting. But he has a heart. And it's difficult to knock out. But Alex Pereira showed that it wasn't even difficult to knock out because once you have your game plan and you're very good at striking, you will knock out this Strickland. It's not so hard to knock him out. He's a fighter. He's strong. He's massive. He has a heart. But let me tell you something. I never remember when last Sean Strickland knocked somebody out. So him coming out to tell Dricus du Plessis, let's stand and bang, is just absolute disgrace after watching that fight. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that performance from Sean Strickland. I was expecting more from Sean Strickland because I believe once you make that comment, it means you're ready for war. It means you're prepared for something. And Dricus du Plessis didn't even try to take him down. He beat him in that game, he said. You said, Sean Strickland, you said, let's stand and bang. Dricus du Plessis said, okay, we'll stand and bang. What you love, yeah? And you couldn't do absolute nothing. He couldn't do nothing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes as a fighter, you need to humble yourself and just keep calm and just think about war. Because nobody's going to predict, nobody's going to tell you what is going to happen during the fight. That fight was as dominant as ever. Even Adesanya DDP was even more interesting than this fight. Because I thought this fight would be way more interesting. Adesanya even gave DDP one of his difficult matches. If not that submission, Adesanya would have won that fight. So let's even forget about what happened between Sean Strickland and DDP. Let's move on to the next, because there was an interesting thing that happened during the post-fight. DDP kind of challenges Alex Pereira after they raised his hand up as the winner of the fight last night. And at the backstage, Alex Pereira went to him and asked him, yo, did I hear that you challenged me? He said, yes, I want to challenge you, which is absolutely interesting. And that fight, I would love to watch that fight. But we have a problem here. The next pay-per-view is going to be UFC 313 between Alex Pereira and Ankalaev, which I believe is going to be a banger of a fight. And I believe Poatan is going to get that done. I don't know. I think that fight is not going to end in 5-1. I think that fight is going to end in knockout. And I think Poatan is going to get that fight done. He's going to win that fight. And another issue is we have a potential fight, which everybody has been waiting for, between DDP and Khamzat Chimaev. The almighty Khamzat Chimaev, people are saying. So let's see who wins. Because for me, when I look at this, it's an interesting position, an interesting topic. You have Khamzat Chimaev facing Dricus du Plessis and Ankalaev facing Alex Pereira. So there's a potential fight between Alex Pereira and Dricus du Plessis, which is going to be a banger of a fight. So this is very interesting. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, because if you look at the scheme of things during this year, I hope they don't bring that fight between DDP and Khamzat Chimaev very late in the year, because there's still a lot of time. We're still in February, but I'm hearing that it's going to be in October. So why is that far? Why that far? Why not put it in June, July? Why not put it at that time? So that we could get potential end of the year fight between Alex Pereira and Dricus du Plessis. But honestly, I'm so excited for this fight between DDP and Khamzat Chimaev, because they've been back and forth during this. And I don't see Khamzat Chimaev. I don't see Khamzat Chimaev winning that fight. I don't see DDP losing that fight. Because DDP now is on a great run. He's on an absolute run. Massive run. I want to see that DDP Khamzat. Then after, I want to see DDP Alex Poatan Pereira. I think that fight will be fireworks. And they're going to do it in 93 kilos, which is the 205 pounds at light heavyweight title, which is going to be amazing. Super amazing. As for Sean Strickland, I think he should just go back and fight Adesanya. I think that fight also is going to be a banger of a fight. Adesanya, Sean Strickland. Whoo! I'm telling you, that fight is going to be massive. Neglecting the fact that Adesanya lost against Chimaev, which he was actually winning at there until he lost. People are saying, oh, Adesanya is done. No, he's not done yet. I think he had a very great fight against Chimaev and against DDP. Only that he lost out of a little thing. It's not that he was dominated. He wasn't dominated. He lost, and he won that first round against Chimaev. So Sean Strickland is going to fight easy. That's the fight we'll make. While DDP and Khamzat Chimaev is going to be a banger of a fight. I can't wait for that fight. And I can't wait for Alex Poatan to fight Ankalaev. And I think Alex Poatan is going to get that done. It doesn't mean that Ankalaev is not going to win. I think Alex Poatan is going to win that fight. And I want to see Alex Poatan and DDP. That fight is going to be big. Big fight. Kudos to Zhang Weili. I mean, what an absolute dominance. Everybody said, oh, Tatiana is going to win that fight. Tatiana has never been defeated. He has been submitting everybody. He submits guys. Zhang Weili is on another level. That girl is a beast. Oh, I heard you submit everybody. Zhang Weili even try to submit her. Beat her everywhere. Who in that division, who in that female division is going to beat Zhang Weili? That girl is improving on daily basis. It's getting to Amanda. She's getting to your level. But that doesn't mean that Amanda is going to come back and fight Zhang Weili. I mean, that is going to be a mixed match. But kudos to Zhang Weili, guys. Honestly, what a card. 312, it absolutely delivered. But Sean Strickland, I think Sean Strickland next time should act the way he says. DDP, congratulations. I would love to see your fight against Khamzat. Alex Poatan, next. Guys, we're in a very sweet situation when it comes to the UFC. Like, comment, subscribe. See you soon. Peace.